Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Anthony. I I I should have messaged you, but I did a thank you on my live. I got the package from you. Thank you. Um I haven't tried hooking it up yet. I'm not good at technical stuff, but I'll try to figure it out. I want to try it out. But yeah, I meant to message you. I'm sorry. I don't go to my PO box that much, and then when I went to it, there it was, and I was like, "What? I have a package?" Because it was in like the locker because it doesn't fit in my PO box. I don't know if you're still here, but I'm talking to you. It says two watching. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Redheaded Writing Hood, red for short. It's going to talk about procrastination. Hey, Ivan. Oh, you're back. Okay. Yeah, I was just saying thanks for the package. I won on yeah, I dropped your link and stuff and that was the live like last week, I think. How are you, Ivan? Um, I've been busy. I went to the Coda picnic on the weekend and it was fun. I'm gonna light the candle because Red's flowers are called flames. So that's why I light the candle. And I found this pumpkin candle at, where was I? King Super. Yeah, King Supers. It smells good. It smells so good. It's lavender mahogany, it said. I think it says on the bottom of it. No, it doesn't. But I think that's what it said it was. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I love the fall candles. And it like has all these little like specks on it that you don't see until you light it. It's kind of cool. So there's that. Moose jaw for supplies. Where's moose jaw? Are you down south already? You said you were. Hey Betty. Hi, how are you? You guys, moderators like Anthony and um, Betty, if you know how to do it, drop your links now because I forget, me and my ADHD. And like watching stuff about the procrastination, I found out that it's common. It's common with ADHD. It's a thing. Like who knew? Who knew? It's a thing. Yeah, thank you. There's oh, you're glad work is done for the day. What are you up to this week, Betty? Garden stuff? Yeah, I meant to look at more on your channel and I haven't. Oh, goodness. I need to cancel Netflix, y'all. You guys, you keep reminding me I said that because I need to cancel it because I have so much to watch on YouTube, and that's all I usually watch all the time, a lot of the time, and I don't even have time for Netflix, and I shouldn't watch anything on Netflix because I have stuff to watch on, and I wanted to watch more on Betty's channel, pre-retirement days, comfort foods, and more. But I haven't yet. But hopefully, I'll get to that. So are you still in Canada or Moose Jaw? So it sounds like it's in Canada. I never heard of Moose Jaw. But didn't you say you were coming down south soon? I thought you did, Ivan. Oh. Okay. Where do you work, if you don't mind me asking? Or you were, I thought, a lot, because a lot of YouTubers are in business for themselves. I shouldn't assume anything. Lake Diffenbacher. Okay. October 25th. Okay. Let me play my flute just for myself, and I need to practice my flute too. That's something that I've been putting off too. But I have started writing again, but not really in an organized way. But I wrote a thing for Facebook, and I put it on Twitter today about the first day of fall, because that's when I left Georgia in 2020. So that was good for me to just get in started, because I haven't really been getting a lot I work for, okay. Vocational rehabilitation services. Oh, okay. I serve a few counselors that help people with diabetes find employment, and it is run by state and federal. Okay, interesting. So you're a social worker. My mom used to work with the elderly in Boca Raton when she got her degree in sociology from Florida Atlantic University with the Fighting Owls. This was her owl. It's not from FAU, but that's their mascot. So, yeah. Yeah, the flute is, hopefully y'all like it, and I need to polish my flute too. But it's helpful to me, just like I say about doing the devotions. It's just something, it's for me, and hopefully some people like it. And it kind of makes me and now I've gotten better on track. I do it the day before, and the devotional comes out every day at noon. And I have the book here. And I was just thinking, because I was listening to y'all listen to podcasts. Well, William Barclay lived from 1907 to 1978. And I was just thinking about how this book is it's a Bible-like devotion, daily thing, but this was the podcast of, he did write for a newspaper sometimes, I think. I think he mentioned something about that. He's a writer too, but I'm like, this is kind of like a podcast, because he goes over a lot of stuff that, people think about, he talks about, um, you know, different, different things like, um, like be kind and stuff like that. And he talks about like your daily habits and all that. And that's the stuff that I was just like listening to. Huberman Labs that came up. Um, Huberman Labs had one on procrastination. I just posted a one on procrastination TEDx talk by Elissa Smith. So that made me think of a story. But I have a lot of interesting Airbnb stories. And so when I did Airbnb, I had on my coffee table my flute and my book. And some of my Airbnb guests just did buy my book. And so if a guest would come in and mention my flute, I'd pick it up and play them something, kind of like I'd play for you a little ditty. And or if they mentioned the book, I'd say a poem for them if they were up for that. And so it was kind of fun for a season when I did Airbnb until it wasn't. Until I think it was just time for me to stop. So, hey, CW, well, you keep changing your profile picture, and now it's Mickey. I love Mickey. I have a little Mickey from, what's it called? Fantasia, the wizard Mickey. It actually is my son's, because my father-in-law gave it to my son when he was a baby, and he had a little squeaky toy. I don't know what happened to that. I might have gave that to my son. It's a baby Mickey squeaky toy. I'm making my prayer list. So thank you all for being here. But so I thought of this story and I was like, oh, that's a story I should have told. It was so interesting. I had this family from Canada come to my Airbnb, and I think it was around, it was 2018. I think it was like May or June. Maybe it was April. Yeah, and I have his little, if he ever wants it, I have his little wizard Mickey. So, but yeah, my mom used to help out the people, and at this, she was a social worker, and she used to help old people. It's funny, like when you're a teenager, and my mom was my age now. Well, actually, she was younger than I am now. She was 52 when she graduated from college, and then she started working at this place called South County Neighborhood, I think it was. and she used to help older people get the services they needed, like Meals on Wheels or all the stuff they needed. And I think medical care too. She did all this stuff. She worked for them. And then I'm going to do my prayer list. Anthony was here first. And Ivan. But anyways, I had this, and the flute makes me think of it because they mentioned they had their two sons with them. They had I think they had like 5 kids like me. Very interesting couple. And the dad was a pastor up in Canada, and I don't know what part of Canada they were from, but they were going down south, and they had just had a snow. I think it was spring. I think it must have been April maybe or May, but they had a snow. It was like so cold up there, and they were going to they might have been going to Disney. I think they might have been, but they were going to Florida for vacation, and they had drove, and I had a lot of guests that were driving down to Orlando. And, if you're coming from up the north, it was a good place to stop, and they would stop at my Airbnb. So they were only there like one night, I think. Yeah. So anyways, I would play different things for people, like Jesus Loves You or something. Like I try to pick a different one, but the one I just played today is from Lord of the Rings, and I think it's called About Hobbits. I didn't even know the name of it. I learned it by ear, and I just from listening to YouTube thing, and so I just learned it by ear, so I didn't have the music for it or anything, but so I play a different song, and like I try to like cycle through them, and so they happened to mention my flute, and I picked it up and played that, and they knew, a lot of people wouldn't know what it was, but they were big Lord of the Rings fans, and they were like, "Oh, that's about hobbits," and they just loved it. And then it got really interesting because and I had sensed I had a conspiracy theorist guest that really upset me and annoyed me, and so I ended up having a rule I put on my Airbnb profile thing, which said Reds, and Reds Airbnb, and that no talking politics. But this lady, she was quite a bit younger than her husband too, and it was just so interesting because she said, "Can I ask you a question?" And I shouldn't even bring this up. Yeah, it's good that I didn't bring this up before, but anyways, she was asking me about a certain politician, and she said, "We're a house divided," and y'all can guess, okay? We will. That's as far as I'll go. But it was so interesting, and I was just like, "Yeah, I'm kind of with you," because her husband liked this politician and she did not, and I was like, "Okay, I'll make a little exception for a minute," and I'm not going to do that. Oh my gosh, I just thought something funny. Like, for a short amount of time. And yeah, I told her I'm with you. And that was it. And I'm just like, and I'm thinking like right now, this was 2018. And I'm thinking right now, I'm like, I seriously wonder if they are still married. I mean, I hope so, but it was very interesting. It was a very interesting It was very, very interesting doing Airbnb. Extremely interesting. Yeah, well, her degree was in sociology. So, yeah. And, but anyways, so I'm going to start dropping in the chat the links. So I watched this one TED Talk that was really good with this Elissa Smith. That's it. This is the one and it's also a singer. It's also a gospel singer, which was interesting. I have to put in procrastination now to find the right Elissa Smith. Whoops. I spelled procrastination wrong. It's a TEDx talk. Why you procrastinate and how to stop it for good. So, I've never seen Alyssa. It's like Alyssa, but it's spelled with an E. I've never seen that name before, but there's two of them. And one is a gospel singer. And so there's that one on procrastination. And then what I did is I just went to YouTube and put in procrastination and all these things came up. And then there's this one, I subscribed to these new channels today because I found this channel called ADHD because it's a big thing with ADHD. So, and for those of you who didn't hear me say, I just recently found out I have ADHD. Like my mind was blown because of Mel Robbins, which is another podcast I love to watch. Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins is so good. So, like, I have all these YouTubes to watch. And so this one is procrastination on how to ADHD. Hi, Sylvia. Hi. That's good. I make plans and stick to them, and I put notifications on my iPhone calendar. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I have my phone going off all the time. Yeah, so I'm glad though. Are you talking about the ADHD? I was glad to find it out. And then I went on a whole trail today with the videos. I started searching procrastination, and then it went from one video to the next. And then I ended up watching videos about your brain with Dr. Amen. Oh, and they're so good. And I heard of him before, and I had already subscribed to his his Instagram, and I don't know if he actually has his own YouTube channel. I need to look that up. But he has a TikTok that's very informational. And he talks a lot about ADHD. And so since I found out I have ADHD, I'm wondering, because this mental health place I went to earlier in the year, and he was a nurse practitioner, so I didn't really trust him. And I find it's very hard these days to get in with a doctor, with a psychiatrist. So I had another appointment with a nurse practitioner, a different one at a different facility. But anyways, at that place I went to in February, that's when I was diagnosed with the ADHD. But I don't know for sure if I really have the bipolar, because it's always been very mild. And I'm only on a tiny bit of medicine for it. And so I just started on antidepressant again, but I don't know. I think learning all this stuff about your brain health is going to help me too. So I don't know if it's just going to be temporary. So far, I don't feel like I've been on it long enough to really notice that much of a difference. But I'm going to see. But I'm trying to change other things too. So it's going to be hard for me to see like which thing is helping, because I'm trying to start eating better. I've heard so many things about the sugar. The sugar's not good. And I already stopped drinking again. I mostly didn't drink most of my adult life. I only started drinking for a short amount of time, and I didn't drink that much, but and therefore it didn't take that much to get me drunk either. But anyways. Oh, thank you. I appreciate y'all's support. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to put Sylvia down on my prayer list. Thank you all for being here. So I went on to yeah. And then I went to, am I subscribed to Huberman Lab? I thought I was. I'm not. I should be. Y'all ever watch Huberman? Dr. Andrew Huberman? Really good videos. And so that one's how to stop procrastination. I'll put it in here. Part of my problem is that, like, I have a fear and I have anxiety and I don't want to fail and I want to do it perfect and all of that. So I was just watching all these great videos on YouTube today about procrastination. And I thought of a good poem to read you. It's called unfinished business. So this is from my book, The 7-Story Tree. So another thing, I've been procrastinating on is my second book, which is really already done. And I've been reading to you from it. And I told you it's many pages. I need to edit it. It's 317 pages. It's 51,507 words. I started it right after this one. So, and this one's from 2015. So that's another thing I need to get going on. It's my book. So this one's called Unfinished Business. The bills lie stacked by the laundry door. There's dirt and hair on the bathroom floor. 1/2 of PB&J in the fridge. There's things I meant to put away, a long list of things to do today. Time to bow my head and pray. What do I have left to say? Do the things that matter most. Speak a word of cheer to someone so dear. The house left empty, unfinished. The book unpublished. Still. The story's over. The marriage ended. This poem. And then the next poem is called Born Again. And the verse I have before the next poem is, being confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. Philippians 1:6. Born again. Once begun is half done. Start over and over again. Hello, I know you. We met once upon a dream. The story of my life is never ending, because stories always go on. For those of you who don't know, Story is my last name. But you finish what you begin, and you began this good work long ago. Your eyes saw my substance. In your book, my days were all written. Your plan is for my good, and you're not the author of confusion, and I want to live like you. So I will finish what I begin. You came to serve, so will I. You came to heal and love. You came to die. You said, it is finished. What other one was I thinking? It's hard for me to sometimes, like when I do these subjects, I'm like, oh, do I have a poem? I usually do. I usually do. Do I have a poem to go with that? Because I have a lot of poems, y'all. I honestly do. I need to work on finding a publisher for redoing my Elephant Book 2 and doing my Red poems. So, and then, okay. So then I went on. What did I watch after Huberman? And then, what was interesting about something? I laughed because they mentioned, but now I forgot about, this is, they mentioned a movie, and now I can't remember what they mentioned. But so I started listening to Dr. Amen, and then I ordered a book. It wasn't specifically on procrastination, but it's on your brain, and it's on You Happy. And he's talking about, like when you work on your brain health, you'll be happier. It just helps with everything, with your mental health, with everything. So, and it's really, really fascinating. And it's funny. I did a live was it last week or a couple of weeks ago, maybe. That's a reminder to pray. Um, on Don't Worry, Be Happy. And he says that actually that sort of attitude, the happy-go-lucky attitude, is not a healthy. It's not usually a healthy person. That kind of person, he said you need some anxiety that keeps you, like it keeps a kid from running into the street and stuff like that. He's like, the more conscientious person usually lives longer. He's like, Dr. Amen said, like, my brother is like the happy-go-lucky person, and he's overweight, he eats what he wants, he golfs, and so he's like, those people actually don't live as long as the conscientious type people who have a little bit of anxiety that's healthy, because like they'll get injured, they take more risks and they'll get injured and stuff. And so it's very interesting, because it went from the ones on procrastination went naturally to the videos on the brain and stuff like that. So I don't know if that was one with Dr. Amen about procrastination, but anyways, it's a common thing with ADHD. And I'm just like, this is a picture of me that's me when I was like about 2 or 3, I think 3. But yeah, I don't know how my mom didn't know. I don't know. They more diagnosed it in boys, I think. And I think it was more like in the 80s and 90s, not in the 70s, like when I was in school. But I had a teacher say that I daydreamed a lot. And Mel Robbins said she was told that that's one of the signs of ADHD in girls. So I was like, wow. And I was kind of a tomboy. I like to climb trees, and I like to go horseback riding. I like to go swimming. And so yeah, this one was, I can't remember now what. Oh, I didn't like that one. I remember though. But these really interesting videos on like Huberman Lab too. And I ended up listening to Dr. Amen on Diary of a CEO and Jay Sheedy. Interestingly, so what came up that was very interesting, and I think I'm going to get this Dr. Amen's book for my daughter, because she reads a lot, and I think she'll like it, and I don't think she'd be offended by it. I probably can ask her about it first. I don't know. But like I was saying before, my mom used to give everybody books, and some of my siblings got offended. Like my oldest brother, though, he said, like, he's like, I just put them on the shelf. I put them over there on the shelf. I have a collection. But I had one brother that got offended, and I would just do like my brother Tim and keep it. I would, if I was interested in it, I would read it. She did send me a book on bipolar that I asked her to send, and I read it. So this one is. This is not specifically about procrastination, but this is one I watched today that's really good on your brain and raising kids. Did I spell that guy's name right? I think I did. But so I really like this guy, and I went for a walk about 4 o'clock, and I had already got the download of You Happy by Dr. Amen. And I can tell by things he says that he's Christian. His dog is named Aslan, like the lion in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I thought that was cute. I was like, what? He went to, I couldn't believe when I saw where he went to school. He went to Oral Roberts University. But anyways, it's so fascinating. And that one specifically, though, on raising your kids. But he has a lot of books. And his wife wrote a book too. She had a lot of trauma in her childhood. And when he started dating his wife, he asked to scan her brain. So he does brain scans, which is so fascinating. And I feel like he's in LA too. He's from California. And so for those of you who don't know, I'm from California. Cali Red. Yeah. That's why I got the two characters, Cali Red. And because I thought I was bipolar, I don't know. Cali Red, because I'm from California, and then Southern Red because I spent 32 years, being a Christian conservative fundamentalist in Middle Georgia and homeschooling my kids and raising them in the church, the Baptist church, Southern Baptist church, very, very strict, very goody two shoes. So yeah, that's my background. But yeah, it is really good to learn this stuff about myself, even though it's late. Better late than never. Better late than never. It's good to learn why you do what you do, and what's behind it. Because, and that lady in the first one I dropped, Elissa with a E, Alyssa with a E. She has a YouTube, Instagram. Trauma-informed life strategist is what she calls herself. But she was saying it's from trauma. Why you, and I'm like, oh my goodness. It is really good to learn this stuff. So this, you guys, since I had that troll on the Facebook side on Friday, I didn't do this live on, and I didn't share it out yet though. So I'll just share this out onto Facebook, and that will be better. I'm going to there's the echo. Hit my thumbs up, you guys. Share this out if you want, if you can. Talking about so you all, another thing I recently learned about myself is I'm more of like an introvert, and I didn't even realize that about myself. And I get more I get recharged by being by myself. And so I really am happier. So, and since I went to that picnic, I went to a CODA picnic on Saturday, and it was 3 hours long, and I stayed like the whole time and everything. And I'm like, and I got invited to something on Facebook by my younger son's ex-girlfriend. I got invited to this thing, and I was really like, oh, I want to go. And I'm like, I don't know if she really, maybe she just sent that to Oliver, because it's kind of like awkward. I really liked my son's girlfriend, but they broke up. And so like old me would be like, I don't know, causing problems or drama or something like that. Maybe not really, but I mean, I never meant to, but I would, but I didn't ever contact her. But my younger son has moved to Bend, Oregon, and Alyssa, and her name is Alyssa. She still lives here, and I don't know if she sent it to me on purpose or not, but I kind of wanted to go, but I'm like, I can't. I'm going to that picnic. And then I didn't even feel, and it was like rainy. It was a little bit rainy, and I felt really tired. I didn't feel quite as good as I usually feel. So Sunday I didn't go to church, and I watched it online. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta watch like how much because I don't, and these take a lot out of me when I'm interacting with you. And so, yeah, it's good that I finally learned this stuff about myself. So, yeah. Yep. So, anybody else like me see? Somebody said they had a trouble with procrastination, but they're not here. Maybe they'll watch the replay. I want to see. So Dr. Amen, I don't think he has a well, his wife is very pretty. Amen Clinics. He has a website. So he does brain scans, which is so fascinating. It's like, that's what I need. I need my brain scanned. Hey, Elsa, good to see you. How are you? How are you doing? Um, and so what's interesting about the ADHD is some let me look it up here right here and see what it says. Because I've heard it, and this is something that um yeah, yes. This is what's interesting. Okay. ADHD is considered a neurodivergent condition. And you guys, so this is something interesting, but it didn't make me think, oh, maybe I have ADHD. I don't know. I just never considered it. But it just all makes so much sense to me now because I've always been drawn, like there was someone I met, I just hit it off with them right away at a CODA meeting. And she's well, autistic. And then I just always connected with these people, and then later I find out they are, and yeah, I'm thinking like some of my kids could be also, but they're not diagnosed. Oh, well, I know my younger son got diagnosed with ADHD, and I'm just like, why didn't you tell me? But so yeah, so it's a thing in my family, and I've just always, I don't know, I've always kind of hit it off with those people. I don't know, I just always did. Like there was a YouTuber, but he was involved with the bullies and all that, so I kind of got PO'd at I got pissed off at him, but he's a nice guy, and I was like, and he didn't really want to share it like on his channel, and he never even admitted it to me, but I just know. And then someone else, well, I can say it now because she says it on her channel, and she didn't before. When I met her, was Joy Blessed Life, and I knew, like, afterwards I was like, there's something different, like, what is that? What is it? And then she's has Asperger's. Yeah, but I've always been, I don't know, been able to connect with that. I have a good connection with children too, and usually, so yeah. But it's so good to see you, Elsa. And so yeah, all of that information just blew my mind, but it's really good. It's really helpful. It's really good. I'm happy to find out this information. I'm wanting to go to Los Angeles and have Dr. Amen scan my brain. How could I get him to do that, I wonder? I don't think that'd be covered by my insurance. I don't know. If I tell him my family history, like, I'm sure he'd think I'm an interesting case and he'll want to scan my brain. What do you all think? Just, I got stories, y'all. It was so funny. I was at the bank, and because people say this all the time, because my last name is Story. My name is Susan Story, and you'd think that would be an awesome name for a writer, an awesome name, right? For a writer. but like just go on Facebook and put in Susan's story. Because I did that because I was like, I go from one account to the other because I'm on Facebook. I can drop that link if you'd like. And I put Susan Hewitt's story on Facebook. I put my maiden name in there because there are millions of Susan stories. It's a very common name. So, common name. And when I went and got my new tires, so that person was named. Oh, Dr. Amen has been on PBS special years ago. Yes, it's very, very good. So, So, so yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. So I told them at the bank, I was like, yeah, you would think that, but what's the best name? And I feel like God just gave me that idea, I feel like the inspiration, for a lot of my poems comes from God. And the interesting thing is I got the idea of Redheaded Writing Hood, and that's not a common name. Although there is another spoken word poet, but she's just Red Riding Hood. Someone on YouTube, the guy who really started off the guy I was crushing on, we had a disagreement, and then I got PO'd at him because he led me on, and he sang to me on his YouTube live. Then he deleted it, and he was just really mean. And he said, "Oh, I have an idea for you. Why don't you just be Red Riding Hood? Because people will always say redheaded. So sometimes people will call me redheaded, and it's kind of annoying. I try not to say anything though, because like once you say something annoys you, then people who are like trolls like to say it more to annoy you. And so I'm like, it's whatever. It doesn't matter. But I have the name Redheaded Writing Hood. It's unique to me because there is another spoken word poet in Miami who's red writing, WRITING Hood. But she's African American, so she doesn't look like me. And I'm Redheaded Writing Hood, and I'm that on all the platforms. And I was even going to get it patented, and I contacted LegalZoom. LegalZoom is a good company. They refunded me. They did a search though, and there really wasn't anybody else using that name. And when you patent it, it was like I was kind of like patenting it and getting the name. I got the .com, I got, the Twitter, I got the Facebook, I got the Instagram and all of that. Getting all that first kind of like settles it. That's my name, and it was just around the time when it was cool because I just got the name and I had just come up with it and put it on this book. So it was 2015. So yeah, that's the story of my name, and that is an even better name for a writer. So, and yeah, but as I always say, I got stories. I got lots of stories. I'm drinking water. So Dr. Amen says even caffeine isn't good for you. I'm gonna do, but he didn't say he doesn't drink any caffeine at all, though. He says he drinks a little bit. But alcohol, pot, drugs, duh, are all not good for you. Not good for your brain. Water. I got water. So, yeah. So I'm hoping to do better. And um, so last week, there were two things like I had been putting off, and I did them on Thursday and then Friday, I think is when I went to the bank. Or maybe I did them both on Thursday, but I went to the bank and opened up a CD. And then I listed a couple of things I got out of the garbage um, on Facebook Marketplace, and I forgot how much work that really is, and sorting through and trying to decide, is this person serious? Is that person serious? I forgot that I have to say, no holds. I learned all this as I was selling. Like I would have 100 items at one time on Facebook Marketplace. At one time, I would have 100 items because I would have little I had a bunch of little knickknacks. I had a bunch of owl things. I had a collection of owl things. I had a collection of crosses. Um, everything. And even when it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work downsizing, and I'm still been procrastinating. I have lots of videos I need to do that I've been procrastinating on. Like I'm going to do how my spiritual journey to becoming a universalist and why I believe what I believe. So I'm going to do a video on that. And since I left Georgia 4 years ago, I've been going to I have footage and I have pictures and all of that of all the stuff I had. And so I was going to do a downsizing video, and I still haven't done it. But I will get to that. But I will get to it eventually. And I'm wanting to do more on my blog, going back to writing on my blog, because I need to go back to writing every day. So when I was away from God and so angry, it kind of put a wrench in that, because I would always write about my faith. So it's like, what am I gonna write about now? And I think I do have the one. It just sounds really angry, though. I have one blog post called "What Am I?" Because when I was away from God, and I was just like, well, what am I now? It's kind of sad. But I have a website where you can go to all of my links. It's kind of like a link tree. Someone's calling me. Wow, someone's calling me from Warner Robins. Okay. Maybe they'll leave me a message. I did finally get my old number back on my phone. I got my Georgia number back because I really wanted to keep it, but I had such a hassle trying to switch to Verizon, and it was such a hassle that I went back to AT&T. Let's put my website. And then if you're on Facebook. Oh, did I say I wanted to? Oh, I did share it out, didn't I? I need to share out my live on. If your name's not the same as, I might not, I don't really, I have 1,000 friends on my personal Facebook page. Your name has to be the same as it is on here for me to know who you are. So, and if it's different, then let me know what your YouTube name is. Let me know I know you, because I get tons of friend requests, and most of them I don't accept. Honestly, I have 1,000 friends, and that's like too many. Like, oh, I feel like the way I was before is being codependent. Is I thought that I'm supposed to, I was trying to be what people wanted me to be. I was trying to be more outgoing and more, but I just wasn't. And what's interesting is I always think of this, and I never said anything, and I should have. The churches we went to were just like really such a mess. Both the Baptist churches we went to in Georgia had serious, serious problems. And I experienced spiritual abuse at both of them, really, because of speaking out on things. But the one thing I didn't speak out on is that, and I feel bad, I have apologized to my younger son, but my younger son went to the youth group at the last Baptist church we went to, and he's very introverted, and this youth leader was like, I felt like he was just so unempathetic. So like maybe I realize now that a lot of my past pastors were narcissists too. I was like, yeah, you know what? That explains a lot too. I don't know about this one, but he was like, oh, they tried, a bunch of girls went up to him and tried to get him to talk and blah, blah, blah. And he just wouldn't, and making it like it's such a bad thing. Like, and it's just like, thanks. Like, and I'm thinking like, yeah, you just made it worse, dude. Thanks a lot for doing that to my son. Just making him feel like a weirdo because he doesn't like to talk. And, yeah. And it's okay. Everybody's different, but I realized that I just tried to be, I tried to be outgoing because I tried to be what I thought people wanted me to be, and being quiet and shy was not acceptable, So, oh. And so, and I think of, I've said on here before too, that because I was so bad about procrastinating, I just felt like it was really God, that God allowed me, God was good with my plan, before I was away from God. I feel like God gave me the plan to like sell your house, you'll pay off your debt, you'll pay cash for an RV. I can remember even telling my nurse practitioner at my doctor's office about it. And she had lived it. She's like, yeah, I lived in she's like, you can, for that amount of money, you can find a used RV, and, you can pay cash for it. So she told me, so I had all my plan, but in September 2019, Rats got in my house and had babies. It was horrible. And that really got me going. People who are quiet and shy have good qualities in them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody does. I mean, outgoing people do too, but um so but a lot of the stuff I got rid of is on my Pinterest. You are like that. You have a great girl. Okay. Good. So you're in the States, right? See, have you told us where you are at? You don't have to say the city. You can just say the state. Where are you? You're not in Canada too, are you? Um, yeah, I remember Larkwood told me where they are. And Glenn is in Texas. And Brent is in Texas. Yeah, you did tell me before. Nevada. Okay. Yeah, and I think Larkwood said New Mexico. Yeah, Brenda Berner's in Nevada. So, yeah. I don't know yet. I could quite possibly go to the RTR. Um, you guys, I'm wanting to get a van, and I might get a van and keep my car, because the thing is, I don't want to get rid of my car. I love my car. I don't know. I keep trying again to sleep in it because I tried again. Um, I was going to try again when I went to California, but I didn't actually got a hotel. But when I drove to Philly in December, well, I tried to just rest. I drove straight through, and it was just exhausting. I never want to do that again. I'm gonna fly when I go to Philly this year. So it'll be like last year I drove both times, and this year I'm flying both times, probably. But by January, when the RTR is, I might, because that's where I met Brenda. Um, oh, there's a lot of them. Which one? Which one? I could get Tim to help me if I went to California, or I probably could get Tim to come here. He's always all over the place. Um, if I got like a minivan and Ladybug out. Yes, hers is really teeny. I don't know if I could do something that teeny. I don't know if I'm too tall too. Even if I would be too tall to lie down in that. Ford. She has a Ford Transit Connect. Yeah, that's a great channel. Yeah, I met her. I met her in Michigan at the Michigan meetup. Yeah, yeah, Ladybug out. I discovered the poet Rebecca Hemsley on her channel too. Yeah, that's a good channel too that I don't watch enough. And yeah, Tim joined her channel. Yeah, she's really nice. Yeah, I showed her my RV and everything. Yeah, and we're about the same age. Um, hey, hi Lisa. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Lady Bug Out's really nice. I was just telling them, Lisa, that I could might go to the RTR if I get a van by then, but I'm really having trouble. I really love my car. I named my car Snow White and I love my car. And so now I'm wondering if I should get a van and keep my car or if I'm going to give up my car. I don't really feel like I need two vehicles though. I'd like to get a minivan that's a hybrid though, like my car is a hybrid. Because I want something that gets good gas mileage and I want something to do part time. I don't like to camp in it. Yeah, you had to leave already when I went to RTR. I met Lisa in California though, um, at the Glow meetup in 2022. But when I went to the RTR the first time, and I went in my RAV, I didn't like sleeping in it. So I did 3. Try it in your garage. No, no. I already did try it. I did it at the Glow meetup in California, and then I left that early because I didn't sleep well. And yeah, I don't like. I'm used to having something that I can stand up in and everything. And I had a big, nice. I loved my RV for staying in, but not really as much for driving. And the gas mileage, it was 11 miles to the gallon. Hey, Bren. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I was talking about procrastination. So sometimes it's good because I rush into things too fast. So sometimes it's good for me to procrastinate, honestly, because that ADHD. Thank you all for being here. How are you, Bren? Yeah, and so you get 18 in the new one. Rickshaw gets 28. MPG. Yeah, your new one's quite a bit more comfortable. See, I would want to get one I could stand up in again if I were going to live in it, but I don't think I want to do that again. I've thought about it and considered it. My lease isn't up until February, but I think I'm going to stay at least until August. So, and August is a better time of year to move around here. Yeah, but you couldn't stand up in rickshaw, right? Rickshaw's the one I rode in when we went to eat. I went to in February 2023. Yeah, I didn't see Lisa at the RTR in 2023 because you left early and I came late. But then I saw Lisa because I went to see my youngest in San Antonio in February 2023. Yeah, that was last year. But it was so long ago now because it was the beginning of 2023. And then I went to Houston and saw Lisa, and we went and got dinner. Not without the Carcel in the back. What do you mean? You stand up in fuzzy, but you can't stand up in rickshaw. Did you sell your old van yet? Oh, ready. It is later there, isn't it? So it's 8. That is early. I stay up too late. Oh my goodness. And so I went to Dr. Amon's. Man, I could have gotten lost like all day long on this brain stuff and procrastination stuff, you guys. But I found Dr. Amon's. Here I am. Is on TikTok. Look up. I'll put it here. Brain MD on TikTok. I don't know that I can get the link for it. Maybe Lisa can. Have you heard of Dr. Amen? That's what I've been talking about, Dr. Amen. Our Huberman. Huberman had a good video on procrastination too. But yeah, so we've been talking about brain stuff and my ADHD and procrastination and yeah. And just finding out all this stuff about myself late in life. Oh, Rose didn't borrow your van, did she? I thought she had a van. I don't know what the car school is. Explain, Lisa. You can stand in it. Does it have like a pop top? So my grandparents had a VW Bug. It was so cute, and it had the pop-up tent thing. I can't remember exactly how that worked, though. But they had the pop-up. She borrowed a van from Lisa. Well, okay. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to help Rose. We kind of had a falling out, but I wish her well, and I was glad that Lisa was able to help her. But yeah, she has actually I really have more serious issues. Her child at least was I mean, I don't know. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We both had issues with our children, or at least one of our children. So, but yeah. So did I do that's the name of her van. Her new van is fuzzy. Did you explain why it's fuzzy? You probably did, but I forgot. My name, Snow White, for my car is not just from the Disney movie Snow White, and because it's white. So somebody said, like, why didn't you get red? I was kind of in a hurry getting a car. it wasn't good, but it wasn't a good situation. But I was in a hurry finding a car, and I found that one online, and it was at a dealership, a Ford dealership actually. It's a Toyota, and it's a used Toyota, and it was at a Ford dealership in St. Louis. And I went and looked at it, and I bought it, and I was able to get a loan. Surprisingly, I didn't have the money from my dad yet, but I was kind of in a hurry. I wanted to get out of St. Louis. I bought a van, I told you, from the guy I was seeing in St. Louis, Mario, and then I realized, like, he's like a freaking gangster. This car is like stolen or something. What I came to the conclusion of, she borrowed it for the RTR. Okay. What I came to the conclusion of is, like, I don't think it was stolen, because I started to be, because of how he was acting, I started to be afraid it was stolen. And we got it registered, but it was registered in both our names, and his address was on the registration. And I was just like, what's up with this van? And then I wasn't sure. He got it running. It wasn't even running when I bought it. It was only $2,500. And this was a van. I was thinking, I was like, maybe I can go get this van for, because I had paid for it. Maybe I can go get this van for Rose. And I was talking to Rose, and she was like, no, don't, because, I was like, this guy's good, bad news. Why'd I get? See, that's why I'm not dating now, you guys, because I keep on getting involved again with narcissists, or, even like the YouTuber guy that I was crushing on. It's like, what the heck, he's a narcissist too, and I don't even see it right away. And I'm just like, oh, and I've been kind of lonely. And so, but right now I'm doing really well, and I'm going to Coda, and I'm not dating right now. So a carceral is a tent that attaches to the back doors. Oh, okay. Yeah, I appreciate that too. So yeah, I bought this van. I told you guys this story before, from the guy I was seeing in St. Louis, who helped me. He helped me deliver my RV to Missouri, to the retired dairy farmer, Gary. Nice guy. He bought my RV. And then I said, just, I'll deliver it. He said, now I have to figure out how to get it back to Missouri. And I was like, I'll deliver it, and I was like, not thinking about what I'm saying. And I'm like, how am I going to deliver it? Gladys is going out of town. I don't know how I'm going to deliver it. And so I got back connected with Mario, and he helped me deliver it. And then he talked me in, and my check didn't clear. I was telling the Wells Fargo the story. There was not a Wells Fargo near me in Illinois where I lived. And so I went to my other bank that I don't use that much. And so they held my check and I was wanting to leave St. Louis. I wasn't even staying at Gladys's anymore, because Gladys and I had a falling out, and I was in a hotel, and I had my stuff, not that much stuff, but I ended up leaving some other. I had a mattress pad, and then I ended up, just buying another one. I had a few things I let Mario have too. Like I had a heater, I had a mattress pad, and two. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, I did hear that. I'm like, I know I heard this story, but I forgot it. Yes. Okay. Fusako. My mom's nickname was Fuzzy because people couldn't say her name, Fusako. So warm, fuzzy, motherly hugs. That's sweet. That is sweet. So, but mine's Snow White, and that it's from Isaiah 1, verse 18. Though your sins are red like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. And so it's not, I do like Disney princesses too, but it's not really from that. It's from my red poem and from Isaiah 1, verse 18, that's in the red poem. Though your sins are red like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. And I live in Denver, so it's perfect. So, but somebody was like, why didn't you get a red car? I'm like, that's what they have. There's so many cars like that. Oh my goodness. I got red on my license plate. So, yeah, that's what I thought. Fuzzy is the big van and the small one is rickshaw. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Like, if I don't, because I really love my car. My car is a 2020. It's the newest car I've ever had. It's a 2020 RAV4 Toyota hybrid. And it's so much better than I named the van that I bought from Mario. Like the whole window was smashed out. And what I think is that it was totaled. And I was starting to tell you guys that. What I think was fishy about it is that it was totaled, and I probably wouldn't have been able to get tags on it because they do all this checking here in Colorado. They're strict, like I had to do, and they have emissions tests too. But that's the cool thing about my hybrid is I don't have to have that. So that's what I really love my car. So I'm thinking now of buying another vehicle and having two. So you have two vehicles still, Lisa? It's expensive though, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it because I just really love my car and I don't want to get rid of it, but I don't like to sleep in it. I have to pee in the middle of the night and it's just too, I feel like I get claustrophobic. And even though I can sit up like this in my car when I sleep in it, which is nice, I can at least sit up. I can't stand up in it. It's really awkward to try and pee when I have to pee in the middle of the night. And I don't sleep well in it. I sleep best in a bed. I slept good in my RV. So my RV was big, and it had a bathroom and it had a bed, and it didn't have a bed like I had to pull out or fix every day. It was nice. Oh, you had a neighbor in my first RV park in Yuma that was obsessed with the color red, everything. Huh. You saw his undershorts? Okay, Ivan. But yeah, I really like my car. Did I say that already? I really, really like my car. And so, yeah, I don't know. And I did say before that the only reason to go to, I'm not a peoply person. I don't know, but I would go to the RTR to see everybody. That's why I would go. He probably announced that at happy hour. Okay. Oh. So yeah, like rickshaw's your daily driver. Okay, see, that's what I would be like. I would be like, get a van that's for when I drive to Philly, because that drive is killer, man. And then the hotels cost a lot, getting a hotel on the way to Philly. And then I decided, like, I'd like to not rush next time. Oh, you decided to keep both. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking now. Maybe I'll keep both. I don't know. But I don't know if I'll get a van before the RTR or not. But maybe before May, because I'm thinking I could, that's the best time. I should drive to Philly when I go in May. Nudist resort, no need for shorts. Who? Are you going to a nudist resort? Yeah, and so in Quartzsite they have the secret circle. Is that what it's called? I think it's called the secret circle. Whereas the nudists are. So I've been usually going, and I probably will, I'm going to go again in December, and then I'm probably going to go in May to Philly. I've been going in May, like around Mother's Day and Christmas, to the Magic Circle. That's it, not the Secret Circle. So if not by January, maybe by May, if I'm going to drive to Philly, I'll get a van. So I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But see, in that sense, I don't want to rush into anything, because I tend to do that too. Hey, Bernie. Hi. How are you? So I need to seek more balance, you guys. That's what I do, because I have tended to rush into things. I'm putting you on the prayer list. So in that sense, Paradise Lakes many years ago. Oh, really? Estoy bien, gracias. So how are things where you are, Lisa? I assume you're at the beat place. You're gonna go? Not me. I'm not. Yeah, the first I knew of it, Wonder Hussy did a video. She was able to do it, without showing herself. She did a video at the Magic Circle. You accidentally ended up, okay. I accidentally ended up in the Magic Circle in November 2021. A gal invited me out there for a campfire. Some people, including me, shouldn't walk around without clothes. Just to go. I think Roy and Becky drove through there once. I mean, they didn't stay there or take their clothes off or anything. But they were like, the Magic Circle's over here. So Yeah. Well, that's 1 hour and 39 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna probably say another poem and pray for y'all and let you go, just to go. Okay. Yeah, my friend Lori, whose channel is Travels for Daniel, I interviewed her once. She hung out with a guy that would go over there and would go to the places where he could go, and he was just a friend, but she left her suit on and stuff. She left her clothes on. So my friend Lori from Travels for Daniel and her daughter bought a house in Arizona. So um, I'm gonna say my I'll say my storm poem and let you guys go. But so I didn't even um, I didn't even share specific. I should look at my notes. I shared the videos, but that I watched, but it was funny that because every video I watched, really, they had a different tips on overcoming the procrastination. And then the girl, Alyssa Smith, said, that it is a lot of time caused by trauma. So, okay. Made it to the Beet Harvest Campground. Okay, good. That's good. Okay. I'm going to say a poem from this. If you want a copy of this book, you can send me I'm Redheaded Writing Hood on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. If you want to send me a gift and send me your snail mail address, I can send you a signed copy of my book. So that's how you would get it. And good night. Good night, Bren. And I'm going to say my favorite poem from here, which I say I say it a lot. It's called The Storm, and it's in this book. You say that no one cares for you? Well, that's not true, because I do, and God does too. Oh, that I could fix your problem. I'd mend you up. You'd no longer be stuck in that addiction or depression, the trials that come in rapid succession. But what can I do? I cannot fix you. I can't make you believe or even relieve that deep ache in your heart. Just where do I start? Don't do nothing, she yelled at me. So what should I do? Scream and shout and run about? Perhaps sit and pout? No, I'll fight a war upon my knees. In quietness and confidence shall be my strength. He keeps my prayers and my tears. Perhaps the overflow makes the rain to water all the pain upon the earth. I'll thank him for this thorn. I'll praise him even when I'm worn, 'cause he carries me through the storm. He walks to me on the tempest sea. The rain brings life back to my dying tree. And one day through the clouds I'll see the rainbow. That's in this book. And that's like my favorite poem. I also still have copies of, if anybody's interested in the false doctrine of hell in the Christian church, I still have copies of this book and copies of my pastor's book, Peter Hyatt's book, about that. So if you're interested in those, you can just email me at the email below, and I will send them to you for free. Or if you send me postage, that would be cool. So it's usually like $4 to send in the United States. If I'm sending it to out of the United States, please send me a little more for postage. Okay, and that goes for my book too. If you're out of the United States, but I have sent it. I've sent it to the Philippines. My friend loves in the Philippines, and David's Cafe in the UK. So I do send it out of the country. Oh, thanks, Ivan. Thanks so much. Thank you for being here. I haven't looked lately. I'm pretty sure my watch time is going up again, so that's been good. And yeah, like I said, I quit my job in June. A lifeguarding. I quit my lifeguarding job, and so I'm having to. I don't. I don't think I need. I should need. I don't know. I'm trying to trust God because I don't think I'm supposed to get a regular job right now. But we will reevaluate that as I go over that's another thing I've been putting off, is working on the budget again. I figured out how much I spent on my trip to California in June, and I was just like, oh no, too much. So I'm not like going anywhere right now. That's why I probably won't. End up going to the RTR. I probably won't. Oh, brain scans look almost identical for trauma and autism. Yeah, so about the Dr. Amen stuff. I wanna drop those links because it's so fascinating. Let me see if I can find. I think I dropped the parenting one, but the one I also watched, and I was like, oh, I watched this one before because I had already. I like the podcast Diary of a CEO. Oh, and there's two. He's on here twice, and I didn't. Ooh, how caffeine is killing you. Oh, goodness. I don't want to watch that. So he's the doctor to Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus. Oh, and I found out this comedian I like, Laura Cleary. He was their doctor too, and her husband, her ex-husband now, Steven. Laura Cleary is really hilarious. And so yeah. Here is this show. Dr. Amy Sage. I think I've heard of her. Yeah, I think I am subscribed to her. Okay. Yes, it would be nice to meet you. Yeah, if I go, I would go to just That's why I went last time. And that's where I met, because I didn't meet Lindy. I met Lindy at the RTR in 2023 because Lindy wasn't at Carol's meetup in California. She was still working at Walmart then, I think. Yeah, and then I just saw Lindy again when I went to California, and I met up with her in Flagstaff. So, but anyways, I'm gonna pray for y'all and let you go. And dear Lord, thank you for all these friends on YouTube, and I pray that you be with them and bless them. Please be with Anthony. Keep him safe as he travels. Bless his family. And thank you for him. I pray you be with Ivan. Keep him safe when he travels to come down south, and keep him safe as he travels. Bless his family. And thank you for him. Please be with Betty, which is pre-retirement days. And bless her and her family, and thank you for her. Please bless CW Style and his family, and be with him. And bless his family. Please bless Sylvia and her family. Thank you for her. Please bless Elsa and her family and her fur babies, her children. Please bless Bren and be with her mother, and let her have a good night. And thank you for her. And please bless Bernie and her family. You have children, grandchildren, Bernie? And just bless her family, and thank you for her, and thank you for her being here. I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. I think I did not forget anybody. I hope I did not forget anybody. And Lisa, please give Lisa safe travels and a good time at the beet harvest. And Zeus, pray in Jesus' name. Amen. I don't know, did I forget? I have you on the list. Okay. All right, you guys. And keep Lindy in your prayers. Dear Lord, please continue to be with Lindy. She has a video out today. I didn't watch it yet. That's right. I need to watch that. God bless Bernie's grandchildren and children, Lord, and thank you for them, Lord. Lord, thank you for all my children and my grandchildren. I pray you be with them and bless them, watch over them. I pray that my son will be able to listen to the book I sent him today. I don't know if he has the Audible app, that's the thing. And I pray that he likes that, and that he'll listen to it, Lord, and that I won't offend him or anything. Please bless all my children and my grandchildren. I thank you for them. I pray that they would know that you are real, that you love them, Lord, that you want to be included in their lives, that they would seek you for guidance, Lord. Thank you for my grandchildren, and please bless them and watch over them and keep them healthy and well. And I thank you for them. I just pray for things in my family, that we would be able to forgive each other and love each other. And I pray that they would know that I love them, that you love them, Lord, and that I love them. And I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Lost all subscriptions, trying to find back to subscription. Oh, on your phone, because you got a new phone recently, right? Yeah, I don't think my son has an Apple phone, so I don't know if he has Audible. So I got the free one of You Happy. It's a Dr. Amen book. He has a lot of books. And I want to get the parenting one for my daughter in Philly. because that was so good. I might send her the video. That was one I shared earlier. Not that was the Jay Sheedy one. Him on Jay Sheedy. For income for 7 months. Okay. Lord, I pray that you work out this in Bernie's favor, Lord. I'm not sure I understand the whole situation, but I pray that you would give Bernie favor in her behalf and that this situation would work out for her. And I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Yeah, that doctor that I'm talking about, the brain doctor, says the processed food is really bad for you. So, yeah. Yeah. So thank you all so much for being here. Pray for me with my procrastination. I need to write. And I have started, so that's good. And don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye. I'll see you Wednesday.